Hey everybody, this is Annette Dion with the Psychic News Network. How you doing tonight? I'm saying tonight because it's 6 o'clock. It's after 6 o'clock and on Eastern time. On the last day of June, June 30th. Just checking the astrology. The moon is void of course right now and it's on its way into Aries. So Pisces to Aries is quite different energy. The moon was in Pisces. The moon changes like every 2.5 days. So Piscean energy is kind of dreamy, kind of sensitive, very psychic actually. And now we're moving into the moon in Aries. It's kind of dark in my office because the clouds just rolled in. I mean, to me it looks dark. And I felt it this morning. We're about to have some fierce thunderstorms. So hopefully they won't happen while I'm giving my video. I hope you're doing well. There's a ton of news. I want to just sort of recap on a couple of things that I had said on the Bridge Cape Ann video. I think it was 2 Mondays ago. If you go to Bridge Cape Ann on YouTube, you can probably find it. I was asked a question about the Olympics. When I looked into the Olympics, I saw that it would be like half. They would do half of the Olympics. It just felt like it wasn't going to be complete. So today in the news I saw, and I attributed that to COVID. I don't even think they should have gone ahead with it. But anyway, they skipped it last year. They wanted to chance it and do it this year in Tokyo. And I did say that I felt like the COVID would restrict what they were able to do. And today I was reading that even people that were vaccinated, athletes that were vaccinated, have had breakthrough COVID, testing positive. I had said a couple days ago, I think, that we were going to see that in general, that there would be breakthrough cases of COVID, even with people that have been vaccinated. So that's happening. I had said that. On a different topic, when the collapse of the building in Florida happened, I had said that I felt like there was some construction that had shaken the ground, because I felt like it was very much like about the vibration that was there. So lo and behold, today I'm reading about there was construction that was right next door, and the tenants in the condo building that collapsed had in fact been complaining about it since its inception. So I mean, I'm just looking at a lot of greed and a lot of not caring about what might happen, which is really just kind of, people do that, in general, we all do that. We go into denial mode. So when we want something, sometimes we go into the denial mode. So in that situation, it got confirmed. Those are two things that got confirmed for me today. It was the construction. Like I had said, I felt construction that shook the ground, and all that vibration caused that building, because it wasn't very stable, caused it to collapse. So what's going to happen with that is I do see prosecutions. I do see people being brought to task, and I suspect some jail time. I'm going to pull some cards on that, like what's going to happen, and let's pray for those poor people. Oh, and I know that you all might be curious, if you read the story, that there is a poor family whose the grandparents died in the condo collapse. And oh, here comes the rain. And what I sense from that, what happened was they died in the condo collapse, and the family, the family members, the grandchildren and children, not sure which one, were receiving phone calls from the landline number of the grandparents, not just once, but like 16 times. I'm gonna pull some cards about that. I'm gonna first ask about what's gonna happen, who's going to be accountable, what's going to happen to the people that are responsible for what happened through negligence, through what happened with that building collapse. So let's see what we get. Well, I get the Judgment card, and that means they're going to be brought to task. I feel like they know who was negligent, who overlooked the warnings. 2018, they did have a building inspection, and they reported that the building was in good shape, which it wasn't. So there was deception. There was actually out and out lying. And the judgment card indicates that they will be brought to task. And I actually do see somebody going to prison for this. That's a pretty heavy deal. I mean, they caused all those deaths. The Princess of Cups. Interesting. I actually feel like there was a woman that was in, maybe she was a property owner or was in charge of the building in some way, but I feel like, interestingly enough, I feel like it's a woman who's going to be in big, big trouble. Usually, you know, construction has been male dominated for so long. It usually would show up as a man, but I'm seeing a woman who was really kind of criminal in this regard, where she just let things kind of go. So we'll see who that might be. The Queen of Pentacles, this is like, I think this is a specific person who's connected to the building collapse, and she will have a case because it looks like there was a whistleblower, might have been a tenant, female, who is really going to take this on as her cause. That she will see to it that who is responsible for this horrific collapse and the deaths that resulted is brought to task. So yeah, there's a woman who's I do get a sense that as somebody who was trying to alert the people, the authorities, and nobody would listen, nobody would listen, nobody would listen. You know what? And it's so sad. It does take a disaster. You know, we don't learn. Humans don't learn until there's a disaster, and they have to take a step back and go, guess we shouldn't have done that. Terrible. It's really terrible. Okay, so I think I have a list. There's a lot going on. He who shall not be named. There's a lot of interesting things going on right now with his energy. It's all over the place, as you might imagine. I did the former guy that occupied the White House. Okay, so he was interviewed today, and I happened to catch a clip of it where he was asked how Melania was doing. This was a clip that I saw on YouTube that was actually from Newsmax. He was being interviewed over the phone, and they asked him how Melania was doing. Now, my guides told me she left. My guides are saying she left. That's what my guides say when I ask about Melania, and we'll pull some cards about that. But anyway, his response was so meandering. It's almost like now it's starting to seem like he forgot what the question was. He went on in this nonsensical ramble, you know, and if you like the guy, you shouldn't be watching the channel, my channel, and thank you for giving it a shot. He's really losing his mind. It was this ramble that didn't make any sense, and he never answered the question, where is his wife? And I think she left. Oh, let's just take a look at that. She wasn't at his birthday party. I mentioned that before. You might know that on June 14th. The guides keep saying she left. Oh dear. It's just, you know, crazy. Where's Melania? Remember, where's Waldo? Where's Melania? I feel like that's going to be a big question coming up in the media quite a bit. She couldn't take it anymore. She could not take it anymore. She couldn't take, I get, when this card comes up, it indicates a lot of rage. So I feel like she was just caught in between, like, and like sort of like, you know, theoretically speaking, or just symbolically speaking, she was caught in the crossfire of his rage. You know, it's kind of like she was there, and so she just got it. You know, I see it as like psychic daggers. Not necessarily directed right at her, but she got the brunt of his frustration, and I feel he kind of lashed out verbally at her enough. It's interesting too, because I got the same thing about Jared and Ivanka. There's something very similar happened there. So yeah, I think Melania, when, oh, my life could be so much better someplace else where I could be happy. I've said all along I think she's going back home to Slovenia. Melania is going to Slovenia. Okay, so, but there's something that she's going to have to account for something. So it's going to be like, not so fast. I do see her ultimately being free to go back to her country, because I really think that's where she's going to go. But I feel like there's this energy of not so fast. First, we have to ask you a few questions like that. I see that. She has a... I'm sorry, it's funny. She has somebody already on the side. And she's going to try to take, he who shall not be named, she's going to try to take him for all the money she can get, which makes sense. It doesn't take a psychic to tell you that. All right, so, and let's look at him and what's going to happen with, you know, the former guy. What's going to happen with him in the next few days? So we know tomorrow there's some kind of a, it might be, I don't know the details. I know that they're going to be looking at what's gone on with his taxes. Might be that Weisselberg is needing to testify. I have to read the news. I know there's some big to do tomorrow on Thursday, July 1st. I get the word indicted is just really coming. It might be that we find out who will be indicted tomorrow. So that's just my psychic hit. And the indictments they'll be plentiful. They'll be plentiful. So will he be in trouble? Simple as that. Tomorrow, with what's going on tomorrow. The guides are telling me to go back to talking about the buildings in Florida too. So I did say before that I felt like there were buildings around there that would need to be evacuated also. Sorry, I'm switching topics for a second, but then I found out there was a sister building to that building. So I'm seeing buildings around that area being evacuated. I do see danger in one of them, so we'll see. So this is about he who shall not be named. What's going to happen tomorrow? Yes, 8 people will be indicted connected to his business, his organization. Oh, and I'm also picking up also connected to the, what was it, the inauguration funds or no? Yeah, something about that. Yeah, something about that. They scamming, I'm picking up scamming money off the top of campaign funds and the inauguration of his inauguration. The illegitimate one. The world indicates that there's a huge, oh my gosh, there's so many cases against him. They've taken a while to pull it all together in New York against his organization, but they have a pile. They have a huge book of information about the Trump organization. The Queen of Letitia James, I don't know if she's part of this, but I'm getting really strong female judge energy. Somebody's ready to throw the book at him. There's that book theme again. It's a big book. Somebody's getting ready to throw the book at him. At him. People have been asking, is it just going to be the people around him? No, it's going to be him. It's going to be him. I see fingers pointing right to him. Now, I don't think he's going to be there tomorrow, but all the fingers will point right to him, and I just see somebody going, we want him in court. Will he go? I'm just going to pick one card on will he go. Yep, justice. Trump's going to court. I said, will he have to go to court? And I got the justice card. This card's scary sometimes. Anyway, not really, I'm just kidding. I've been doing this too long to be freaked out. Okay. I'm going to figure out how to go live on YouTube so that you guys can ask questions as we go. I just haven't figured out how to do that. If anybody can help, let me know. Bill Cosby got released from prison today. I see women demonstrating. I see women back on the streets. I see the Me Too movement getting, you know, how they used to say a shot in the arm. I see the Me Too movement taking to the streets. Maybe not in this heat. Maybe they'll wait till the heat wave passes. But whoa, I'm seeing behind the scenes the women are that they enough is enough. It's interesting because I feel like he's going back. Maybe not to prison. That was a misstep. The guys are saying that was a misstep. He shouldn't have been. Bill Cosby should not have been let out of prison. Something nefarious going on there. Just because the topic came up, I'm just going to pick 3 cards. I did want to look at that. Oh, yeah. There's more. I'm picking up that there's more cases against Bill Cosby. There's more accusations. There was some kind of a negotiation that went on behind the scenes that was not legit. The Wheel of Fortune means the women will win. The plot thickens. That seems like he slipped away. Not that he, not that he like broke out of prison, but that really feels like that was a serious misstep. I don't get that he's just going to be off scot-free. I'm not picking that up. I'm picking up it's going to be, ooh, what did I say before? Not so fast. Not so fast. I was saying that about Melania trying to leave. Not so fast, wasn't I? I need to pick 2 more cards about Bill Cosby because that's really complex. There's a lot going on there. A lot to unpack. All right, let's see. Yes. He escaped. He didn't, I don't know what his sentence was, but I'm really picking up. Somebody pulled a fast one. And then I'm getting not so fast. Yep, the devil card. Somebody did something. It was a judge, I think, and I feel like it was like they were friends or something. Somebody pulled a fast one to see if they could get away with it. Now, let me say something about things that happen that shouldn't be happening. A lot of times, people with criminal minds do something nefarious, and they do it on the chance that nobody will say anything. This is going on way more than we even acknowledge. All the time, on all fronts. Here comes the thunder. Yes, I predicted fierce thunderstorms the minute I woke up this morning. I felt them in the air. Meanwhile, back to Bill Cosby. Yeah, the devil card, man. They did something thinking, oh, well, let's just see if we can get away with it. That's basically the thing. Maybe we can get away with this. And so they actually did it on the chance that they would get away with it. Like he was trying to leap over something that was not appropriate. And there's one woman, not sure who it is, because I don't know the women involved that pressed charges against him, but there's one who's going to get her day in court. That's what I'm picking up. Who's going to get her day in court. And the guys are saying she's going back to court. So she'd been to court already, and there's going to be more on Bill Cosby. I don't see him as a free man. The guys are saying house arrest. So he might be under house arrest still. I haven't read the details. I just saw a couple of headlines today so far. So, all right. That's Bill Cosby. What else? The race in New York City. The guide said it's a good old boys club. It's years and years and years of the good old boys club that's seeped into this this race in New York City for mayor. It's mayor, right? I think. I really do need to watch the news. I'm getting the Adams guy, Eric Adams. Like, I'm getting that he's gonna win. Yeah, I'm getting that really strong that he's gonna end up pulling ahead. And it will be legit, but what's happened, I mean, it will be because he actually won. But this is a wake-up call to New York City that they need to get their ducks in a row with their elections, because it's been corrupt for a very long time. That's what the guides are saying. But I feel like it's the Eric Adams guy who's going to win. Yeah. Somebody's going to really end up heartbroken. But it will turn around. They're going to quickly come to who won. I think we'll hear today or tomorrow who won that race in New York. And I get that it's Eric Adams. And yeah, it'll be okay. It'll work out in New York. I mean, they created some news. It created some hubbub. You know, the news is always looking for news. So they made a big deal of it. But it's going to work out okay. All right. One more thing is I think, gosh, there's so much going on, but and actually continue to ask me questions because that helps me to give the readings, the Psychic News Network readings, a focus for each time. So if there's something in particular, I mean, I don't need your questions to do a reading because I can do a general reading, but if there's something specific that you really want to know, don't hesitate to just ask, type in your question. I'll do it next time. And some of you haven't. Thanks, I appreciate it. This is the labor of love. I'm just here to help, and I do want you to know that if you'd like to book a psychic reading, it's AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. It's really easy. My name, AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. Please go through my email because my websites are a mess. I'll fix them. The heat wave. I want to know about the heat wave. I did say that I see 5 major heat waves this summer. I mean, like that heat dome that we see on the news of the weathermen. You know, there's a diagram of this dome and it's all red. Like my dress today. Kind of looks like that. I'm really concerned about those wildfires in California because I'm seeing them extending into the other states, which they do go to Colorado. Last year they did. But oh gosh, the guides are telling me Las Vegas is gonna, I don't know if they're saying Las Vegas is gonna get hit by wildfires, but Las Vegas is gonna have a really tough time. I hate to say this, but the guides just showed me some crumbling infrastructure in Las Vegas. I don't know if I want to know the details on that. And it might just be in general that the intense heat in Las Vegas is compromising. There's so many buildings there, like in other cities. But the wildfires, let's ask about the wildfires because it's really on my mind. It's really, the whole thing is precarious. It's a perfect storm basically, because they're having a huge drought. All these things were predicted, I mean, by scientists. Greta Thunberg. I feel like she's going to be more in the spotlight, not necessarily that it's going to be her per se, but what she was standing for. Greta Thunberg. People are going to start going back and listening to what she said. And then I'm picking up Al Gore too. I think Al Gore is going to get back in the spotlight. I don't think I ever watched An Inconvenient Truth, that movie that came out maybe 20 years ago. Warning about all this stuff. As I sit here and my office gets darker and darker, it's like, it's really dark out right now. The women, I feel like the women, there are women in positions of power. Well, it's Greta and 2 very strong women in positions of power. I'm feeling like in the different states, I'm not sure who they are, but in the different states that will also have wildfires, it doesn't look like it's the men that are going to get control of the situation, which is very odd to me. I think it's just women really on the bandwagon with the wildfire situation and climate change, those problems that are going to make a big impact on making sure that things get shifted around. A few days ago in my video, I mentioned that I saw Exxon and, you know, the big oil, Mobil, you know, the big oil companies, actually, hard for me to believe too, and I'll pull 3 cards about it. I actually see them quickly stepping up to the plate and doing something to curb fossil fuel emissions. We need to just shut it all down. I mean, I see people that are just flying all over the place, and it's fine if that's what you feel like you need to do. I'm just saying we do have to pay attention and speak up about what's happening to our climate, because it's happening a lot faster than they thought. So let's look at what's going on with the heat and the wildfires, and just a general reading about the state of the environment right now. There's somebody who's in a position, it looks like the Forestry Service, who's going to make a big impact on making sure things get contained. It's going to take a while, but we will come into harmony with the same ideas about what needs to happen. I see a lot of cohesiveness, a lot of coherence in terms of having a plan. to deal with what's going on. It's going to be urgent. The Queen of Swords. I keep on picking up a powerful female who's going to be play a big role in getting. I'm picking up Green New Deal, so maybe AOC might be one of the people, and I feel like Nancy Pelosi is going to be on board with it too. Boy, she's a busy woman. Okay, it's going to get really loud in here right now because the rain is about to pelt my air conditioner and it's time for me to go. Anyhow, so once again, AnnetteDion7@gmail.com, Psychic News Network. I'm popping in every other day or so just to keep you updated on the psychic perception of the news. Please share if you feel like it, and we'll see you again soon. All right, bye.